You might have heard of The Great Gatsby, an old book from the 1920s or something, about a man called the Great Gatsby and his exciting adventures in America somewhere. It's been converted into like 5 movies over the years. They made one fairly recently, a few years ago. Leonardo DiCaprio was in it. But if you've read this book, viewers, then it's probably because you were forced to in high school, isn't it? Yes, I'm sure that was it. Well, I wasn't. I've never read The Great Gatsby, but I have seen the Great Gatsby NES game, which was made in the late 80s, I believe, in a pretty much complete state. But for some reason, they never released it. I don't know. I guess at the last minute they felt that maybe the kids wouldn't really care about a game based on a 100-year-old novel. Well, more's the pity for them, because it's quite a good game. We're going to play it. It got pretty far in development, so I don't know why this wasn't released. But in any case, it got dumped on the internet, and it's available to play there. But before we do that, we're going to take a look at the enclosed instruction book. Yes, this game came so far along in development, they even made an instruction manual for it. And somebody managed to get their hands on one of those unreleased copies, I guess, and put up some images of the instructions. So let's have a look at those. There's the Great Gatsby, battling against the spectacles of Professor something or other. I don't know, I've never read The Great Gatsby, so... Well, hopefully this game is going to give me a good introduction to this story. Maybe I'll figure out the plot from that. I've never read The Great Gatsby or seen any of the movies or anything, but I'll probably get a good idea of the story as I play the game. It's got cutscenes, I understand. Let's check out the enclosed instruction book. There's the Great Gatsby on the left there, doing battle with the spectacles of Dr. Maplethorpe. Some professor somewhere. I read about this once. Those spectacles are significant characters in the book, it seems. But he's laser beaming Gatsby, but Gatsby's having none of it.
Nice to see you, old sport!
Oh wait, he's not English, I forgot it's American. I keep thinking that all old things are English, you know. The Great Gatsby.
You're not in the Middle West anymore, son. Welcome to Wild West Egg. It's the roaring 20s, and trouble's in store for Nick Carraway. It's hard to enjoy a party when you're being chased by wacky waiters, dizzy drinkers, and crazy dancers. Now you have to find Gatsby, the mysterious man you saw disappear on the hillside. Or did he? Do you have what it takes to fight gangsters and advertisements and hobos? To unravel this American mystery? Find out in The Great Gatsby. High-resolution graphics, 4-channel sound, fully animated story scenes, 4 action-packed levels.
4 levels is a bit short. Yeah, maybe that's why they didn't release it. It was a bit too short for the kids.
Only for Nintendo, old sport.
Is that a catchphrase in the story? Old sport? Again, that sounds really English to me. I know that America had won the Battle of Independence by the 1920s, I think. I think that England had stopped being America by then. There's the cartridge. Original cartridge found at a yard sale. Wonder where it came from.
Watch out, it's a jungle out there. Tommy gun. Gatsby and Wolfsheim's operation needs muscle. Gatsby and Wolfsheim's operation needs muscle. These goons guard the hair tonic. By force. Wilfred. Gatsby's butlers will mow Nick down in a hurry. Line them up and hit them with the hat for maximum points. Dutchman, careful Nick, while you're having your moonlit walk on the beach, you might just run into a ghost! Flapper, watch out for this dancing diva and her partner. They're caught up in the Charleston craze and might not be looking where their feet are taking them. Boxcar Bill. This crazy tramp rides the rails of West Egg. If he spots Nick, he's sure to give him what for with his bindle stick. Crab Cake. The beach near Nick's house is filled with these pests. Crack their shells with a well-aimed hat throw. Wow, Gatsby's hidden his bags of gold all over New York. Can you find them all?
And there's the epic battle with the Dr. What's-His-Face's spectacles again. In my younger and more vulnerable years, my father gave me some advice that I've been turning over in my mind ever since. Wonder what that is. Maybe we'll find out as we play The Great Gatsby. Here it is. Somebody uploaded the ROM. of The Great Gatsby. It's perfectly legal to play this, don't worry. I don't care whether it is or not. Let's play it. Here we go. The Great Gatsby is here. There it is. There's New York. It's never looked so 8-bit and hideous. Reminds me of the museum level in the Bart versus the Space Mutants. Had a similar atrocious... That's what happened when the NES tried to do photorealistic graphics. It just looks like a giant, hideous, horrible smudge. And there's a woman's eyes and a mouth and a bunch of MS Paint blueness coming out of the eye. Suppose that's tears. Is that the Great Gatsby? Maybe he had a sex change. No, I mean, if they made a remake of this, maybe he would, but they probably wouldn't have done that in the 1920s. But whatever. There's the Great Gatsby. Get to press start. I don't know the significance of this. Like I said, I've not read the book or the movies. I've not read the movies. I've not seen the book. I don't know what this stupid story's about. Probably not worth reading or seeing or anything. But let's start. Come on. I got to press to start. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Gatsby's Party, Level 1. Yeah, I'm going to get a crash course in the story of the Great Gatsby from this. So stay tuned. Right, here we are. We're not Nick Gatsby, we're Nick Carraway. I mean, we're not the Great Gatsby, we're Nick Carraway. I guess Nick's the main character. We're jumping around, we can shoot our hat off, and it comes back to us. The hat doesn't leave our head, oddly enough. But what an appropriate attack. Everybody wore hats in the 1920s, like every single human being on the bloody planet was wearing hats. And so yes, the 1920s. We got the power up to turn our clothes yellow, and we can throw the hat at the wacky butlers that the Great Gatsby must be hiring to keep out all of the ruffians. I mean, if the Great Gatsby's not the main character, then I wonder if there's any other Gatsbys. Is it like the Big Lebowski, where there's two different Lebowskis, and the big one isn't even the main character, who's also called Lebowski? What's this?
It's a bona fide piece of printed matter. It fooled me. This fella's a regular Belasco. It's a triumph. What thoroughness! What realism! Knew when to stop, too. Didn't cut the pages. But what do you want? What do you expect? Look for Gatsby in the garden.
Okay, must be where Gatsby goes, the garden, I suppose. Never read this book. Rob had to read it in high school. He didn't like it. I doubt anybody does. I'm kind of surprised, though, that was part of the British English curriculum, because they tend to be very regional with the books they get you to read in school. Like, they usually only have you read books from your country. I'm pretty sure that in America they're having the kids reading American books. In Britain, I remember having to read The Prime of Miss Jean Brodie, which is a waste of space Scottish book that's Scottish, and they got us to read it because it's Scottish. It's about a teacher who's quite dominating, which is an enormous shock, I'm sure. And she teaches her children, one of them dies, and one of them becomes a nun, and that's it. It's really not even worth acknowledging its existence. But it got a movie and everything else. Now, The Great Gatsby, we're collecting coins, and they give us a life, I'm sure. The Gatsby must be in the garden somewhere. It's quite a big garden. The Great Gatsby's a big man, and he... Again, I don't know what he does, but whatever, he made for a good game. I mean, I'm following the plot so far. If this does follow the novel, I'm running around Great Gatsby's house throwing my hat at butlers, and we've gone through the garden, and now we're back inside again. There's those flappers. 1920s woman. The 1920s equivalent of I can't even think of a modern equivalent. Whatever. The Katy Perrys of the day. Oh, I tried to jump over Gatsby, but I didn't manage.
Good job, old sport! Waha!
Yeah, they're again with the old sports. You should take up some new sports, Gatsby, like Cridlington. That's a good sport. There's the Gatsby looking at a green flashing light. Yeah, there he is. He sees it. It's good. I don't know who that was watching him. What? He's reaching out to the light. Yeah, there he is, looking at it. And it flashes, and he gets abducted by aliens. I guess. Yep. Is that the plot of The Great Gatsby? I wouldn't have guessed, I'll be honest. I can only assume, the only sense I can make of that is that The Great Gatsby got abducted by aliens, and so now Nick Carraway is riding on top of a train, jumping across the carriages in order to stop the aliens. I've got to say, for a 1920s novel, this is pretty out there. I didn't think they made interesting stories back then, but I guess I was wrong. That's what prejudice gets you. I would have guessed that it was probably just 300 pages of just men talking and basically nothing else, but no, it's an alien invasion and a train top ride. Oh no, we lost our yellow suit we'd been wearing the whole game. I guess in the novel, Nick Carraway must be like Superman. He must transform into a superhero when he puts on his yellow costume. Now it's back again. We've got a life meter as well. 3 points of health. What on earth? What's this? What's happening? I see an enemy. Oh, yeah, an enemy bar up there. It's the spectacles of Dr. Whatchamacallum. Ah, that does it, spectacles. You think you could take out the Great Gatsby? I mean, Nick Carraway, excuse me. We are not the Great Gatsby, we're Nick Carraway. Oh, there. Yeah, that does it. Down with you, spectacles. Nick doesn't believe in glasses. They didn't believe in glasses in the 1920s. That was witchcraft back then. You got burnt at the stake if you tried wearing one of those. What's this? Okay, a shirt flying off. I mean, not a shirt, a jacket. It would have been 1920s. Jackets are flying. There's a woman crying. She's upset. Yeah, he's sad. I guess he wasn't able to find her favourite clothes. She really wanted to wear that Polynesian polka dot dress to the gala this year, but she can't do that. Well, unfortunately, or maybe it was the spectacles of Dr. What's-His-Face that abducted the Great Gatsby. Maybe the spectacles of Dr. What's-His-Face are actually aliens. That's the alien spaceship. I don't know. We defeated the spectacles on that train. Now we've made it to New York. Nick Carraway must have taken the train to New York to find I guess the alien mothership. The alien's secret base must be in New York. The aliens that abducted the Great Gatsby. Oh, what's this?
I think I've had enough of this two-bit town. A girl's gotta jump down the sewer to find a drink around here. Good night, Mr. Carraway. See you anon.
See you anon? What's that mean? I get the feeling that this text has been taken straight out of the novel. So that must be a 1920s expression. See you anon. Never heard of that. You'd think there'd be something here. Is there a secret here? Why can we go here? Let's press up on all this stuff. There's got to be something. You can't go in the shop there, no? I don't think there's anything. Fine. Whatever. How do we get up there? No! The hobo or whatever he was with his bindle. His stock bindle with the red and white polka dots on it. Did he respawn? No, I think he did, but he didn't that time. Well, there's a timer, I've got to watch myself. There's only 4 levels, we're already halfway through this game.
It got me now!
Let's jump in the fire hydrant water. Oh, no! We've still not collected 100 coins yet, and we're halfway through the game. Ah, yes, good. Oh no, I didn't want to... Oh, whatever, we're in the sewers now. Crocodiles in the sewers. Oh, I thought that was just an urban legend. I guess it's true. I guess that must be in the novel. This is the part where Nick Carraway goes into the sewers and starts looking for the alien base there. Yeah, of course, that's where the aliens were hiding. The spectacles of Dr. What's-His-Face was just a distraction. The aliens sent out to... No, wait, no, they sent the spectacles to take out Nick Carraway while he was on the train before he got to New York. That's it. This is what... I'm starting to make sense of all this now. I was afraid that since this is an old NES game, it would be too confusing to follow the plot from this, but no, I'm getting a pretty good grasp of what happens in the book. I don't even need to read it now. If I ever have to do an English dissertation or something on The Great Gatsby, I'm not even going to read the stupid book, I'll just use this game as the basis. I'll just use this game as my research. And now we've gone into the bar that exists under the New York sewers, fighting the 1920s gangsters. Oh, we should have got that hat, but we didn't. Now what? Oh, we're being attacked by baseball men. They're throwing baseballs. Oh. For a second I thought that was going to come back. Good, the head gangster's defeated. Or should I say the head alien? You can't fool me, gangster. You're an alien in disguise. The 1920s Prohibition-era gangsters were all actually aliens in disguise. That's what this is. Oh, what's this? What a shocking plot twist, I must say. Okay, that's Nick Carraway, I think, and his girlfriend, driving a truck. And I guess they hit somebody. And there is... who's who? Is that Nick Carraway again? Someone's going to shoot him with a gun? Or is that one of those fancy electric shavers? I couldn't really tell. I think that was the Great Gatsby. West Egg Beach. I thought that instruction book was having a laugh when it talked about the egg. Is that actually the name of some place in this stupid story? The egg? Really? Whatever. Now we've made it to the beach. Okay, I think that was the most confusing cutscene yet. But I didn't quite finish what I was saying. The 1920s Prohibition-era gangsters are actually aliens in disguise. I think that was the big plot twist of The Great Gatsby. I've just spoiled it for myself now. So Al Capone was an alien who orchestrated the kidnapping, the abduction of The Great Gatsby. And Nick Carraway is the only one that somehow knows. I don't know how Nick found out. That's one detail of the plot this game's not given away, is how did Nick Carraway find out The Great Gatsby had been abducted by aliens? And how did they know they were in New York? Well, they found out somehow. So now, the final big finale, Nick Carraway accidentally ran somebody over in his truck. And also, one of the aliens is going to shoot The Great Gatsby while he's swimming in a pool on the electric shaver gun that he's got. Now there's that green ball we saw. That must be significant. Maybe that's the aliens. That's the UFO. And yeah, we got the UFO. And The Great Gatsby's mansion explodes because Nick Carraway knew that was the only way to stop the aliens. What's this? Gatsby believed in the green light, the orgiastic future that year by year recedes before us. It eluded us then, but that's no matter. Tomorrow we will run faster, stretch out our arms farther, and one fine morning... One fine morning what? What? You just cut part of the novel? So we beat on, boats against the current, borne back ceaselessly into the past. I think the translators accidentally left out part of the script there. Unless they wrote that themselves. I've got a feeling that was taken from the novel. And that's the end. Wow. That was a little disappointing. There wasn't even a final boss. We just got the... We found the UFO. Well, I suppose the Great Gatsby must have been in the UFO, so we picked that thing up. Oh, the story. M. Suzuki and F. Scott Fitzgerald. That second name sounds slightly familiar, but... Well, I guess they must have done some supporting work with the story for this game. Actually, I wonder if the original book... I wonder if they included the story in the instruction manual. Like, the entire story. Like, I wonder if they printed the whole book in the story section of the manual. But it had table of contents, page 1, story. Page 335, controls. Page 336, the enemies. Oh, Yuki-chan's Papa. Oh, this was a Capcom game. I recognise those names. They're the Capcom programmers they had back then. Inaf King. That's the end. Well, what a whirlwind adventure that was. Who would have guessed that The Great Gatsby was all about an alien invasion? They spelled congratulations correctly. That's a real shock. I was expecting to see congratulations or something. Yeah, that's the end. Oh, unless there's a secret end. Is there a secret thing in the ending? Because I'm a bit confused at how that ended exactly. It looked like the Gatsby was going to get killed. Oh, what's this? Nick Carraway's gone to the North Pole to see Santa Claus. So that's what happens at the ending. Off he goes, puffing on his cigarette, because it is the 1920s. Everybody smoked back then. Nick goes to see Santa Claus. Because he's had a hard ordeal and he wants a nice Christmas present. So he wants to get an assurance from the Claus that he's going to get a present. I suppose the aliens were going to shoot the Gatsby, but then Nick destroyed the UFO, that green light. Destroyed that, shattered it, and the alien's power vanished. The evil mansion was destroyed. Gatsby's mansion had been turned evil by the aliens. So when the UFO blew up, then the mansion blew up, and the aliens all died, and the Great Gatsby came back to life. And he revealed that he was actually Santa Claus himself. And that's why Nick's heading to the North Pole to see Santa Claus. He's going to pay a visit to the Great Gatsby. What a wonderful story that was. That was beautiful. Whoa, that was full screen mode. Yeah, how sweet, touching stuff, wonderful. Well, thanks for your watching, viewers. Any of you watching this that have to read The Great Gatsby in high school, well, I hope that you benefited from that. Well, you don't have to read the story now. You've just learned pretty much all there is to say about it. You can just base your report on this. I'm sure that it'll turn out well for you. And when your teacher asks you how you managed to do such an amazing summary, then you can just tell them it was all thanks to Team Sponkel. You're welcome.